So, just a really quick personal vlog about why I hate rappers because I hate them. I started I work with them, I promote them, I collaborate with them, but I hate them because, by and large, this is a group of like delusional, spoiled brats. Like that's who you get in hip hop often. They think that you should believe in them 100 times more than they believe in themselves. That's the delusion part. The spoiled part is that they believe like that everybody around them should be doing everything for them. The brat part is like you should hear it come out of their mouth, like the way a lot of these artists talk. And I'm not talking about one particular artist. Like I've been talking to artists like this now for 7 years, and it's just for me, I'm getting to the point now. Like I'm gonna back up and tell you why I think the way I think. I try to collaborate with artists in a way that only puts money in their pocket right at the beginning. I don't take anything from them. No ownership, no nothing. Like I don't. But in exchange, I say like, hey, the thing that we created together, like I want both of us to get paid off of. And generally speaking, like that's exactly what happens. But what I find for me is that somewhere along the way, I this is the spoiled part. Like this is the entitled part. Then artists like feel like that you should be doing the thing for them that they should be doing for themselves. And I say this because like I don't have to qualify myself, but like I accomplished so much in hip hop by the time I was 21 years old. I that's what these guys are looking for today. They're looking to do the things that I had already done and matured from and moved on from. And so you hear them, it's like you hear the entitlement and you're like, but you're not even doing what I did when I really wanted to do this. And like I guess you think what you're doing is impressive. But like I don't see nobody impressive today. Like I don't see no artist that I'm gonna just pull my checkbook out and be like, let's go. Purely on your art, let's go. That's not how it worked. I don't actually think that's ever been how it worked. I think just people like that's the delusional part. People like to tell themselves this story. Like every great music's a story. Music story. It depends on the type, right? You got a story like Bach, for example. Like the story wasn't really known in his lifetime. He didn't have a lot of fame or critical acclaim. It was afterwards that his body of work got more discovered, more played, more amplified, and so he gained kind of eternal notoriety. Like it don't matter who you are, what you do, and what you listen to. When I say the name Johann Sebastian Bach, you get it, and that's what everybody want. They want that. I'm like, yeah, years after death, though. I say this because like the artists of today the artists of today, they they think they should be like famous today and like have it all today. Uh, so I get the music industry. I spent so many years like railing against the music industry because I saw it at age 20. I was like, oh, so this is a slave ship. Cool. I'm not getting on it. And it's like I think a lot of guys kid themselves. I'm like, so if you're not on the slave ship, then you're free. But if you free, don't be expecting what they built with slavery off of you being free. I think that probably will go over a lot of artists' heads. Like, you can't expect what the music industry gives an artist if you're not trying to be the music industry's artist. What you should expect is a different version of it, which is a neighborhood musician. You see the guy who played the guitar and he down at the local bar 2 nights a week, and then Sundays he at church, and then he get a gig or two here or there, and he make 11 to 30K a year off of music like professionally. Right, he ain't in it for the critical acclaim. He's there as a musician to fill a role, and that's a version of it. But everybody in their head see like superstar. That's the delusion with rap, bro. That's the delusion with hip hop. It's like it's all superstardom. I never met anybody who was like, I want to make some money in hip hop. I met everybody that was like, me, I could be the greatest ever. Okay, nobody's ever gonna know that because you don't do anything that's headed that direction. You do everything small. And I knew this. And like, let me qualify this statement for myself personally. When I say what did I do in hip hop? Like, prior to the digital age, right, where you still had to be able to put a real studio together, and before digital music, when you could just upload it on the web, if you wanted anybody to ever hear your music, it had to be physical. And so for y'all that don't understand physical music, you have to hold it and put it in something. It's a voluntary choice. So if a cat know your music from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, except for the most extreme radio play, if they know your music, it's because they made that a choice to like put that music in. But nowadays, like, I hear a lot of music by accident. So like, think about this. I'm on my music and I'm listening to something I want to listen to, but I'm working and I'm zoning. And so like for an hour, all these dudes I never heard of come on. Cool. Y'all, I get counted as a stream for y'all. I never knew who you are. It don't matter. It was just bump in the background. So nobody famous the way they think they are. Oh, I got 16 million streams. Great, I got 1 million streams. Like, nobody cares, bro. I got 8 amount of views. Nobody cares, bro. I got many likes. I don't care, bro. I could tell you how I could tell you how I know nobody care. Because out of everybody, the one thing, when you talk to any rapper, all the way at the bottom of the whole thing they talking about to you is this. Well, not all of them. I never had these conversations with people. That's why I don't be listening. That's why I'm tired. That's why I'm tired, cats. I already knew it on day one. I had to get it on my own, so I got it on my own. I knew I also had to make a profit, so I made a profit. Like, well, back up. I knew I had to make an investment, so I made an investment. If you don't know what it took to produce hip hop in 2000, early like 2000, like 000, it took a significant investment. And so I built a complete recording studio in my dorm room at Wake Forest University. At the time, to make CDs, they had to be physically burned, because I wanted to do all my own distribution. I knew that because I was already looking at the numbers, like, oh, to order a CD, you got to order like 10,000 of them, and it's like $6 a copy back in the day. And that's like, as an indie dude, you got to drop 6,000 when you're 19. That's not possible. So, well, I did have some bread, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, but I ain't going to invest in the copies. Why don't I invest in the equipment to make the copies? Like, so the whole line, the printers, so I had like the duplication towers to burn. I had the full color, so if you would have saw my CDs back in the day, they had full color, because I had a CD printer, like the actual surface of it. Had the full jewel sleeves. We printed our own inserts, liners, everything, shrink wrap. Go beyond that though. Then we put our with it, and that's what I'm saying. These cats all want to make. Man, notice I ain't talking about me rapping. Ask me how fire it was. Bonkers. That's why people know it, because it was bonkers. It was like, yo, this nigga Mike Lloyd is yeah. And I know that too. I actually know how hip hop is. It's not about being good. It's literally just about aligning the stars in the situation. So what happens is I get dudes that come around me because they see me aligning the stars. Nigga, I know. Let me tell you how I know. Because everything I just told y'all that I had already did was profitable. I get now the 2 to 3 more steps I needed to take to make it not just profitable, because anybody can trap. And y'all ain't trappers either, bro. I started understanding. When I first heard the word, I knew what it meant, but it was inside. And then I started hearing people describe it, and I was like, y'all don't get it. Y'all never started zero, so you never know. Because 0 plus 0 plus 0, like, you trapped. That's the bottom. Nobody, they not really from the bottom. I mean, there'd be so many of these, like, suburban, I want to be a rapper. Oh, talk to me, bro. You need mommy to pay the damn rap fees for you too, bro. Like, she just got done paying the fucking AU fees and the damn art fees and the camp fees. Like, is that what we doing here? Cats don't get it. And I'm not here to tell people how to be a good rapper. I don't care. Bro, if you cannot rap good enough for people to just want you to keep rapping, you just should not be rapping at all. And that's a lot of people. That's out of people that I have to let hit my eardrums. High 70s should stop today. There's no development that's going to help you. Your voice don't even sound good enough to be listened to for longer than 4 minutes. You're done. Another 10% of y'all, let's take it to whatever I said. Let's just round up to 85%. 85% of y'all either sound terrible, or like, you can't make a song that's listenable. That's how I wasn't gonna get into artist fight. I'm just telling you what's wrong. I'm like, bro, like, you gotta be able to put 15 tracks together that's like brilliant, or you suck. That's not the standard right now. I'm like, brilliance, bro. Brilliance is the first requirement as an artist. I get so much like mid grade, like not even. I'm like, man, did you even mix this? I mean, I get that you mixed it, but like, hey, bro, polish, refinement. It's the only way any music is gonna actually go is when it's polished and refined. And so for me, I'm just like, let's jump back. Let's jump back. I'm doing music. I think that's really the point of this video for me personally. 'Cause I'm tired of hearing everybody else talk. Well, and I wasn't ever really listening. That's why, like, the things that I'm doing in music are gonna be sustained. Like, first, like, let me tell you what I did recently in music, because you don't know, but a lot of y'all drink it. I created a music project with my cousin. It's called Spinach. The artist merchandise line is called Ethiopian Drip. And I did everything that these artists think that they should be doing. I rapped, toured, visited, met, hung out with. I did all of it, but I did it with a distribution system that had a physical product tied to it. That physical product is on three continents right now. This is me, the artist that don't nobody know about. My merchandise line sitting on 3 continents, in airports, in how many grocery stores? A bunch. And because I showed up to the game that way, which is different. And then it was brilliant. If you happen to hit scan, right? How did it get popular? It get popular because the scan sent them to the art. And it was complete validation of the product. And when you see the fusion between a piece of art and a product, you then have you're ascribing to people's culture. So we did. This is what's sustaining. Most likely, if you're listening to me right now, you may not even know it, but it's mostly because of going this direction in life is what led to being here. Um, this is the game. It's fucked up. I'm tired of mediocrity being masked behind like superficiality of social media. Like, nah, bro, I don't like. Stop talking about your social media, guys. Stop. Nobody cares. That's why I'm doing all the stuff that I said, and it's the only video that I've made in a long time that's worth watching, because nobody cares about your social media. With that said, I'm gonna wrap up my social media video. I'm thinking about what I should title this. I want to title it "I Hate Rappers," but that might be too provocative, given the sensitive nature of the culture. So I'll call it "I Hate Rappers."